My second attempt to do this review. The first attempt, my computer down here was full and I didn't have enough room to load the video. I wasn't pleased with the video in the first place. The quality wasn't the best because of the lighting. Anyway, this review is about my Sauer X5 CO2 BB pistol. And you also notice right next to it I have the GSG92 BB pistol. The reason I already did a review on this gun, but I'm going to compare it to this gun because there's a lot of similarities and they're made by the same company, and I know they're two quite popular BB pistols. So I'll just talk about the similarities between them. First off, they're both made of metal. This one, the Sig Sauer, is a little bit heavier than the GSG92. Not by much, but a little bit. Even the magazines are full metal, except for the feeding lips and the magazine cap. And speaking of the magazines, the magazine for the X5, I haven't experienced this with the GSG92, but the X5 magazine is very sensitive to being dropped. When I first got this gun, I fired a few cartridges through it, and eventually I accidentally dropped the magazine because I thought that I had the magazine firmly locked inside the grip, but I did not. It was just barely hanging on, and whenever I put the gun upright to start shooting, the magazine fell right out and landed right on a concrete floor, which was okay for a few shots, but then it started leaking. This is the magazine here. It's no good now. It won't hold any pressure at all. And these magazines aren't cheap. They're about 39 bucks on airgunsource.com. So if you drop these, you're not going to be too happy with buying a new one. But before I dropped it, it held pressure great, and it worked fine, and it fed reliably. Both these guns are quite reliable. They do have the occasional jam up. But anyway, the GSG92 and the Sig Sauer X5 are both about the same in terms of accuracy. The GSG92 doesn't kick as hard as the X5 because the X5 slide is bigger and heavier, and the GSG92, it has a lot less metal, so it doesn't kick as hard whenever it blows back. But they both do kick slightly, but it's not like enough that you can't handle it or anything, obviously. I mean, they're just BB pistols, but it does add some realism to it. Anyway, and my next point, CO2 efficiency. The GSG92 does get more shots because of the lighter slide than the X5, but the X5 gets pretty close, but not quite. Gets maybe 3 or 4 magazines less. But I'd say the X5 probably gets around 70 to 80 good shots, and then you have one magazine after that of decent shots, but they're quite low on power, but they don't seem to drop too far from the point of aim of the other shots. So I'm quite pleased with this pistol. And another thing about the X5, it also field strips like the GSG92, just as simple. I'm not going to bother doing it in this video, but all you basically do is you pull the slide back, take the magazine out, and then you have to decock the hammer on this gun, unlike the GSG92, and then you turn this little lever, and then the slide comes off, and you can take out the recoil spring and the barrel, and which is good for if you have to oil it. The GSG92, I've had this for over a year now, and every once in a while I have to spray a little bit of oil in the part of the gun, the air transfer port, where the CO2 comes up from the magazine and pushes the BB out the barrel. I've had to oil that a little bit because sometimes it gets stuck if it loses its lubrication. And back to the magazines. Both these magazines hold about the same amount of rounds. The GSG92, I don't remember exactly how much each of these hold, but I'm pretty sure that the GSG92 holds 19 to 20 rounds, and the X5 holds 22 to 23 rounds, so they're about the same. I don't know how important magazine capacity is to some of you out there, but it's not a big deal for me because I only ever load 12 rounds into it at a time to save the spring inside the magazine so it doesn't wear down. The X5 is a little bit more comfortable to hold than the GSG92. It has this wraparound grip. It is plastic. It's the only plastic part of the gun, and it's not the best quality of plastic. In fact, I'd worry about if I ever dropped this gun if it would crack it. But it is quite comfortable. It has nice checkering on it. I don't know if you can see this for grip, but it is quite nice. It's nice and comfortable, and it has this little cutout here for your middle finger, which makes it comfortable. But the GSG92, on the other hand, doesn't have a wraparound grip. It just has the frame as the back strap of the grip, and has these two plastic grips on the side. Again, the only plastic parts on this gun. And something bad about the GSG92, I don't know if you can see this, this screw here is cracked. I don't know how this happened. I never dropped this gun or anything. I have no idea how this would have happened. But I noticed it the other day whenever I was shooting it. It doesn't hurt. It still stays together and stuff. But anyway, in terms of power, the X5 is a little bit more powerful. It has a slightly longer barrel, meaning it has a higher velocity than the GSG92. But neither of these guns should be used for hunting. There might be someone out there that's going to comment on this video saying, "I've shot pigeons with this gun before, and it killed them in one shot." Well, maybe you did, but you must have been some close, because a steel BB does not have anywhere near as much power as a lead pellet. And 177 caliber pellets, I've had people comment on some of my other videos saying that the 177 will kill rabbits at 50 yards at 495 feet per second. I don't know if I really believe that, because I've shot pigeons with 22 caliber pellets at 495 feet per second, and you have to hit the pigeons in the back or in the head to kill them, because the breast is too hard for it to get through. That's at 20 to 30 yards, so maybe if I was closer maybe it would work. But anyway, back to these guns. Modifications. The GSG92 probably has the coolest modification that you can do to it, which is, I didn't make this up by the way, there's a video that shows how to do this on YouTube. But this safety on the GSG92 has its three positions. The top, it goes safe on the top. Then this and this are both fire. But if you take the gun apart and you file down one little part, which I have done, this is safety, this is semi, and this is full. So that's a pretty neat feature of this gun. I don't know why they would have designed the gun with the three position safety, but they did, and it's pretty nice they did. However, the X5 cannot do that. It just has a two position safety, safe and fire. One thing that's nice about this gun though is that the safety can act as a thumb rest if you grip the gun the way I do, in which I put the back strap of the gun into the web of my hand so that the barrel's in line with my forearm, which helps control recoil. You can then put your thumb over the safety to use it as a thumb rest, and you can put your other thumb along the side of the gun like this. This makes you point straight every single time. The open sights on these guns, or actually, wait, I forgot about one modification I've done to this gun. I bought this NC Star pistol mount that you can attach a scope or a red dot. It's full metal, and it just clamps onto the Picatinny rail of this gun, and it screws down. It's very solid. It keeps it zero. It doesn't move around at all. However, it will not fit on the GSG92 because there's a locking pin in here that the GSG92 does not have a notch for, but it fits the X5 very nicely. The open sights on these guns are both non-adjustable. The X5 has a white dot on the front sight, and the GSG92 has a white dot under the notch of the rear sight. I took a whiteout pen and made a little white mark on the front side just for visibility. It helps. I probably will do the same on the X5 on the rear sight. I haven't done it yet though. Anyway, in closing, these are both two really great little plinkers. They're not serious target shooters. If you want a serious target shooter, you probably shouldn't even be looking at a repeater pistol of any kind, even if it fires pellets, because they're not going to be accurate beyond 25 feet, and they're not ever going to be as accurate as a true target shooter like the Benjamin HP-22, which I also did a review for. This gun shoots great groups at 25 feet, and I can hit small pellet tins at 15 yards no problem. It's a very nice gun. It's full metal and wood. There's absolutely no plastic parts on it. If you're interested in this gun, I suggest you check out my review for this. It's on my YouTube channel. You can find it. Anyway, expect in the next few days for there to be another review done by me on my Ruger Airhawk Springer rifle. I'll be doing that probably in the next week or so, so stay tuned.